India's Aviation Authority has now asked Air India to explain how a Boeing Dreamliner passenger jet, which was grounded on arrival in India for safety checks, took off from London on 1st of February with a possibly faulty fuel switch. A letter, in fact, which has been accessed by us, shows. And Air India, meanwhile, has completed precautionary re-inspections of the fuel control switch across all operational Boeing 787 aircraft in its fleet and said no issues were identified during these checks. Now, remember, this has become a point of discussion and concern, more importantly, especially after the Ahmedabad Boeing 787 that had crashed due to similar concerns. Let's quickly go back to Anvit, who continues to stay with us. Anvit, this is egg in the face almost, with Britain's own aviation authority now asking Air India to explain how this fuel check was not in place, or was it in place, with explanations now being demanded. What can we expect from Air India?
See, on February 2nd, when the Air India flight AI-132 flew from Heathrow to Bangalore, and the pilot logged in the log sheet mentioned that the fuel switch there was certain defect and they were not locking and they were moving to cut off. A huge furor emerged, and it was then that the focus went back to safety of fuel lock switches in Boeing 787 series. Now, it was also a debate that was these defects noted before the flight, or was it during the flight, or when the flight landed, because the time of the defect when it was noted was not mentioned. It was being said that if there was a defect, then why did the flight take off from Heathrow and land in Bangalore? Why was it not flagged there itself in the UK? Now, UK body has also come out and they have said that they have in fact asked Air India to explain how the Boeing plane took off, and why the regulatory body in UK were not informed about the Boeing 787 plane that was having certain issues. Air India has also issued a statement in which they had said that they have taken a completely precautionary re-inspection and they found there was no issues. They had also conveyed the same to DGC, and DGC had also come out with a rejoinder for news outlets that there was no issue with the future. It was not a failure. It was not a defaulty switch. In fact, Air India had also told us that they have now sent those switches to Boeing, and meanwhile they will be asking them to replace the fresh pair of switch in that particular aircraft so that the aircraft can be brought back into service. But now UK body also coming out and asking that this could be a violation and they should have been informed. And certainly somewhere or the other, raises grave concerns regarding air safety and how lightly it has been taken in the past few months, particularly in Indian context.
Absolutely, and this after the disaster in June last year. Thank you, Anvit, for bringing us those breaking inputs.